but we wanted to provide a little bit higher level context for all of the produce that has been coming into our system and that you may be responding to as well. So here on this slide, you can see on the left our food sources from 2015. This was from our fiscal year, and many of these areas might be familiar with you, whether it's retail food rescue or donated food from manufacturers. Ag surplus is any of the produce that is coming in during Minnesota growing season. Government programs would include TFAP product, and then purchase for resale would be our purchase product. So as we look back over the past 5 years, we have some information that is from our Feeding America network that highlights some of the trends that we're seeing at a very high level. So we're experiencing these trends here at Second Harvest, but this is also mirrored across the nation. And so you can notice that produce has significantly increased, as well as retail food rescue over the last 5 years, and that we've seen decreases in manufacturer and federal government products. So as we're responding to these trends, not only Second Harvest, but really Feeding America member food banks have been saying, where is there further opportunity to access donated product to bring into the hunger relief system? And they've noted that really there's a significant amount of product through agricultural surplus that could increase the amount of product available to our hungry neighbors. So not only is that an opportunity in terms of pounds, but that's really an opportunity in terms of how do we add more nutritional dense product into our hunger relief system. And so not only can we respond to changing food trends over time, but we can also respond to those client demands related to a need for increasingly healthy product. We can also make sure that we're considering those health considerations for individuals that are in food insecure populations. As you can see from the stats on here, and many of you know, individuals might be more likely to have chronic diseases or poor health status because of lack of food. So with these two driving factors in mind, Second Harvest Heartland and other Feeding America food banks within Minnesota and across the region have been looking at how we can source additional produce from local farmers in Minnesota and the Midwest region. In addition, we've actually been able to secure funding from the Minnesota legislature called Farm to Food Shelf that helps to reimburse farmers for the cost of harvesting excess produce. And so this has been a really critical change in development because often farmers might not be able to afford to actually donate that surplus product and they just till it under in the fields. But this funding actually encourages them to donate into the hunger relief system, which means there's been quite a bit of change in terms of the pounds and product that's distributed within our hunger relief system and really distributed out to clients by all of you. And so over this time frame, you can see that there's been a significant increase both in pounds distributed, but also in the type of product that is getting out to clients. So I just want to make a note on this slide that that for right now, really in this graphic, fresh food does contain bakery. We're working on actually pulling out that information so that it doesn't skew the percentage dramatically. But of course we do know that we live in Minnesota, and so produce is not available at a consistent level throughout the whole year or the whole season. And so you can kind of see through this graph that not only do pounds really vary throughout different months of the year, but also the varieties available vary, and we experience a significant increase in produce during the growing season. So July, August, September, and October. finally, I just wanted to share a little bit more about sharing in the costs of produce. We know that produce is continues to be a very new product for us to work with. We're still learning a lot on the food bank side of things. We know that what we hear from you is that we continue to strive to do better as your food bank, and also hope that we can encourage different options about how you can engage in produce as well. And there are some costs that come along with that. The Farm to Food Shelf funding really just covers costs for reimbursing the farmers and some of the logistics management for that produce. And so we do ask that agencies cost share for the pallets and the cases of product sourced locally. That's 3 cents per pound for pallets and 4 cents per pound for cases. And then just a reminder, as Katie mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, our focus really is on produce during the growing season, but a reminder that there is year-round produce available, and these are the prices available at that time. And there is direct collection for food rescue products available at retail stores. While that is free, there is cost. We know that your agencies incur when you invest in volunteers and transportation to pick up that product.